I do. I rarely wait till the stream actually starts. So I'm here. I mean, like I usually go earlier. Hey, talking to Maddie. Maddie's home. Maddie's home. Do your stream. No, do your thing. I'll do my stream. You do your thing.
Love you.
I'm so dumb. I'm so groggy. Pet the cat. Pet the adorable cat. Make sure she doesn't come over here. Okay. Good morning. I have another playing card. I sketched actually a start on this thing while I wasn't on stream because I had an idea and I didn't want to wait. So I had this idea that I'm going to give my queen of spades, clubs, this dryad look because the male, one is so kind of naughty and driftwoody. So I'm just going to go with that theme for the whole thing. Really nature-ish. And so yeah, this is where I've arrived. Another mask. I should probably open up the other one just so we can compare. King of clubs. He's pretty thick. He's a pretty thick boy. So, but definitely still has like human elements to him. This one, I don't think I'm gonna keep human elements. I'm gonna make the whole thing made completely out of driftwood. Defogie is here. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Hope you're able to hang out for a little bit. But I know you're a working man. Tell Zane I said hey. Precisely like that. Hey. I mean, why not? Yeah. And you should be. Good. Good. Hopefully he's having a good morning as well. Yeah. Gonna do Queen of Clubs. This is gonna be a good one. I was waiting. I mean, I'm not waiting as long as he says hey back. Good. Good. We have now exchanged our social pleasantries. Our contract is complete. Didn't mean to drink right into the mic right there. I was actually talking about that yesterday, how, if I've heard you eat, I've fantasized about your death. And then I, went ahead and just drank right into the microphone. I cannot handle listening to people eat. It's one of those things. Ugh. All right. So let's I'm digging in. I'm just going to continue going on this notion. So yeah, every bit of this I think should wind up looking like driftwood or whatever. Some kind of really gnarly, very grainy wood. And yeah, I gave her horns because she had to have some kind of crown. I'm gonna move all of this down on the page because it's frightening. I don't know why I have it kind of that weirdly spaced. How about that? Maybe it's not weirdly spaced. Whatever. So yeah, right now it's all just a matter of, dang it, kind of planning out the lines. And the beautiful thing is, nobody's ever seen a dryad like this, so I can do whatever the heck I want. One of the things that's missing in this one is like a sense of jewelry that I need to. These are acorns. They look different than that right now. Yeah, they look very different than that. Let's fix that. Maybe. You know how they come to a point. That's why I did those. Just stop. The other had jewelry. Look at. No, that's the King of Hearts. Right here. Yep. I don't know if you can see that. It's like acorns and little spheres and stuff. So I'm going to do the same thing for her. And they wind up being just kind of points of light on him in a couple different ways. But I think having a similar sentiment will look pretty cool on this one. But yeah, the scribbles are real. It's this one. Yoink. I like it. Nods. You know what I don't get is any notifications to your stream, JM. None on Thursday nights. I looked through it just now on my account, and not just now, earlier today, and I see everybody except for 2 different accounts. I get nothing from you or another friend of mine who's an artist in a very different part of the world, and so I need the notifications from that dude for sure. Never know when he's actually going to stream. I don't get any notifications from you. I don't like, that you're going live, and I'm definitely following you. I mean, you can probably look and see who your followers are, right? I don't even know how to check and see who followers are. I'm the worst streamer ever made. I found a premium card printer. Ulysses International. Yeah, that's the one. I mean, it's not you personally. It's Ulysses International. I'm looking right here. Don't autoplay. Every time I go to this page, it autoplays. No. I got right past it. I got past it. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm checking real quick. I think I can check real quick. I don't know. Is this one? Who I follow? No, those are my followers. So you can check my followers. If I go to like the main Twitch page, it's gonna freaking autoplay. I know, I sound like an old man, like, don't you autoplay on my lawn? Yeah, I was actually thinking about it, like, why don't they stream anymore? Oh, you do. I mean, I'd have to go on and really not like comment or anything, because I've politically made myself an enemy of one of your players. But I think it'll still be fun to watch. Just not engage. Hey, I like this. Back to Twitch. Hey, cats are knocking stuff down in the other room. That's fun. Hey, Maddie's knocking stuff down in the other room. That's fun. Brian Darrell's here. Graying your beard. I know. Now I feel like Brian Darrell. Good morning. I'm just kidding now. I've seen pictures. You also have graying your beard. Yeah. Maddie's knocking stuff down in the other room. Some noises. I'd forgotten. She came home yesterday. So not that I'd forgotten she was here, but I kind of forgotten who could be knocking stuff down in the other room. I just assumed it was our annoying cats. There. Okay. Yes. Sorry, I was looking to see who I followed. It should be easier than this. Whoa. Yep, no, I'm irritated. When I start, it's like doing math in public or making change. If someone's watching me or waiting on me or doing whatever, I can't do a thing. If it takes any tiny bit of concentration, I just, no. If it's not like trained and, like this doesn't count. Drawing doesn't count. This takes a lot of concentration. But I'm super comfortable doing it, so let's first of all, I'm gonna just go ahead and knock down the energy level on this music real quick, because as much as I like it, this is like a chill thing. This beautiful. So I didn't even talk about the concept for this. So she's all driftwood, she's all nature. There's a she's holding a bow that at one point becomes like this, orchid thing over here. So it's got a, each side of these things I want to be different. This is actually the top. So as they, you know, kind of change from top to bottom, I want it to be a little bit more of a story. The only ones that don't have a story, no, I guess they all have a story. Hearts is the one that I really need to work on getting souped up. Sometimes we keep the piece by saying nada. You're right. You're right. I just missed that message. So yeah, I shall say nothing. 'Cause I'm a loudmouth, and it's annoying to, yeah. Oops. So I screwed up this hand big time. I know that's not how you hold a bow, but I have certain constraints. She's not actually trying to fire the bow at this point. It's just something she's holding. So what I need to figure out also is where to sneak in different, the club's emblem. So I'm gonna hide it and tuck it in like a bunch of different places, like it's just peeking out of things. Because like flowers and stuff are going to be blossoming on her. Like, I don't know if I want one down here, kind of. I don't know. I don't want it to look like a cluster of like skin imperfections. Not that she has any skin, she's entirely made of wood. This is the kind of thing, it's funny, I think of, sometimes when I draw stuff, I think this is the kind of stuff that I would have killed to be able to draw when I was a kid. I gotta kill somebody to be able to draw this. Not that I'm like arrived or anything, but this is one of those things. I would have enjoyed this immensely. I love this kind of idea. Yeah, I just kind of was not good at it. I would draw like ugly things. I wouldn't consider this an ugly thing. You know, monsters and dripping fangs and all kinds of stuff. That was what I could draw and what I thought about, but it was never the beautiful stuff. I couldn't capture it. And I started noticing the beautiful stuff like in comics, you know. Rogue, I think, was one of the first characters where I looked at and was like, I wish I could draw Rogue better, you know, from the X-Men. I don't know why I zeroed in on her, because there was, let's see, that wasn't Dark Phoenix times. I'm trying to think of, God, that was earlier. Earlier than Dark Phoenix? Say it isn't so. I meant to turn this down, and I didn't. Boop, boop, boop. Let's draw. Let's go straight for the frickin' pencil. Someone once said they would give their life to play the violin like Perlman. Perlman responded that he did. That's amazing. If I had a heart, I would cry. No, that's... I'm not saying I don't. I'm just joking around. That's amazing. Love it. Itzhak Perlman, he's definitely given his life to it. I remember watching him when I was a kid. Like, yeah. That's incredible. You did kill someone to draw like this. You cut down other versions of you. It's true. I really think I could have been more of an athlete. You know, I was an athlete, but I could have been more of an athlete. Yeah. I chose this over all those things. Mainly because I could do it all the time. You know, I liked those other things, but I could do it all the time. And I didn't do it because I felt like I was good at it. Because I wasn't. Even though I won an art competition. I was in 2nd grade. And I got this trophy. And I have the piece of art still. My mom has it. Because sometimes that's what moms do. And it wasn't good, but they liked the detail I tried to do. And so after that, I thought to myself, you can be an artist. You're an artist. But I gave up on it when I saw I sucked at it. So it wasn't until much later, when I inherited a bunch of stuff from my great uncle who died, a bunch of art equipment, that I decided I want to try and draw comics. And boy, was that like the grail, right? You can't, you know, it was like this quest to draw comics, and I had to struggle to even draw one character. Oh yeah, Perlman was amazing. Perlman's not gone, is he? I guess I didn't. I mean, it's kind of sad to me, even though I was like, not like, you know, I don't have a poster of him on my wall. I'm definitely acquainted with his work. There was a period of time where I was obsessed with classical music. Eesh. Obsessed. Oh, I thought it made me better than other people. I was really kind of pretentious. It kind of did make me better than other people. Because I had gone through the punk phase and going to a Christian school where they forced me to wear a uniform kind of solved that punk problem, right? He's still alive. Okay. He said was, and I was like, huh. You have Apple products for that? For what? Wait, what? To make me feel better than other people? Yes. Remember, Apple doesn't make you better than others. It just makes you feel better than others. Oh, yes. Although Amy and Maddie are kind of fed up with Apple products, and I think they're gonna make the move. They think they're gonna make the switch over to the Pixel. I am going to have a much harder time doing that. I've switched over a few times and despised but I was always like a Samsung or, you know, something that's just so corporate feeling and damn near a BlackBerry, and I was just like hating it. So if I ever go, it'll be the Pixel. Because I trust Google, right? Don't we all trust Google with our search history, browsing habits, interests? Remember, Apple doesn't just make you feel better than others. It actually makes you better than others. I probably won't buy another computer, an Apple computer again. They're screwing around with their processors. They're not doing they're not doing any more Intel, and that's frustrating. So I'm not gonna pay a ultra premium price for something that probably will frustrate me with drivers and compatibilities. And, you know, when you work on a computer, it's not just for play. You don't have time to screw around and check the message boards. Cannot crack my neck. Normally this is a much easier thing to do. Okay. Yeah, I'm not zooming in on this one because there's so much gross detail that I'm just gonna see how much I can get done aesthetically without zooming in. I mean, I'm kind of zoomed in. My great uncle was so weird. He was an artist, so it kind of comes with the territory, but like super weird. He had this way of talking that was really weird and slow and real low, and everybody was, you know, like, his name was Roland, but it's spelled Roland because I don't think his family was like intelligent enough or schooled enough, let's put it that way, to know that that's how you actually said the name, whatever, Roland. So we called him Uncle Roland, even though he was my great uncle, and he just did not care. Like, one time he was sitting at dinner with us, I think it was Thanksgiving, so it was extra, like, not auspicious, but whatever, it was an event. And he started grunting, and we were like, what's going on with this dude? And he spit out a handful of food and his teeth, because something was wrong with them. Like, he didn't excuse himself or anything. It was so weird. I was like, well, that's just normal. No, it's not. I've learned since then. It's definitely not. We had this garage door on this old house. Incidentally, our old house used to be a casino in Michigan. And so we had this garage door that was the heaviest thing ever. It was built from solid wood, and it was 2 cars wide. And we had a super big like motor that would bring it up and down. But for some reason, Roland didn't grow up with anything like this. For some reason, he kept thinking that when it would start going down, he'd have to help it by like pawing it down, like moving his hand on it. It was really strange because eventually, and a couple times he did this, he actually got his fingers stuck between the panels on this massive garage door, and we would hear howling from inside the house. We'd be like, somewhere, we'd hear this howling, in his weird deep voice, and poor guy, and oh man, I mean, like, he was so good, guys. He was so good at art to the exclusion of like that kind of thing. It was so weird. Just trying to think what was another one of the things. He would constantly run out of gas to the point, where my grandpa, who was his brother, would put a gas can in the back of his car that he didn't know about, that Roland didn't know about. And then when he'd call my grandpa rather, hey, ran out of gas again. My grandpa would say, hey, look in your trunk. I put a gas can in there. And then after a while, Roland learned that, if he ran out of gas, he could just reach for the gas can. Well, then there's an empty gas can in his trunk. So when he called him, and my grandpa would say, hey, look in the back of the trunk. There's a gas can there. He's like, oh, use that one. And my grandpa would scream and yell. And it costs just as much to keep it empty as it does to keep it full. Yeah, because money wasn't the issue. My great uncle worked for Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin. They're the defense contractor that made like the F-16 and all kinds of, the Joint Strike Fighter, I believe. All these very, well, amongst other things like commercial airliners, I believe. Major competitor with Boeing. So, like, he had money. And that was a great job. Drawing blueprints, drawing concept drawings of fighters and stuff. So he had clearance. The dude had clearance and would get his fingers stuck in a garage door on a regular basis. Like, it happened, not just once. So yeah, it was really strange. He didn't always have that job. He went freelance, but it wasn't like voluntary freelance. He decided one day, he told a couple people, like in my family, I'm gonna go on safari. And so he left, literally, to go on a safari. He took his camera because he didn't want to hunt or anything, and he took his camera and he took amazing photographs in the continent of Africa somewhere. Lord knows he didn't tell anybody. Came back with all kinds of artifacts, really cool stuff. We felt like Uncle Roland had arrived, right? He was Indiana Jones. He had all kinds of weird stuff. And then he went back to work. And they said, Roland, we don't have a job for you anymore. You disappeared. So it turned out he never told Lockheed Martin that he was going on safari. He just left and thought that after 6 months he could come back and still have a job. But they just thought he freaking died somewhere. Because it's not like he took a mobile phone with him or called to check an answering machine because, well, that wasn't a thing. Yeah, probably. And so that's why he became a freelance artist, kind of involuntarily. And he succeeded, but like me, he's a terrible business person. I have a whale of a lot more charisma, if I do say so myself. He was very strange, man. Yeah. He had dogs. He always had a boxer. And these big crazy boxer dogs. Mean looking. And he would feed them and then not forget about them so they died. But one time he found a dog dead in his house and he didn't know. I don't know if he knew whether or not he was feeding it or not. And it was kind of sad. And he drug it out onto the porch, and it took him a while to call us, days before he's like, yeah, dog died. I forget what he said. We came over. It was very difficult to get the dog into a bag. It was just very hard times. At any rate, Hey, look, I said any rate. I've been trying to break myself of saying any rate. Check this out. Bam. Bam. It turns out much later in our life with him after he passed, we found out that his furnace was belching carbon monoxide into his house. And so he was constantly like, you know, asphyxiating when he slept or whatever. It could have really contributed to his, you know, his deficit, his mental deficit, because he was in that house for a very long time, and it was like the decline was pretty evident. Crazy. But yeah, he never married. He had a weird stuffed owl. Seriously, like it's one of those little owls too. The weird stuff you remember about people. Stuffed owl, and I really wanted that thing, and he had a stuffed pufferfish, and I wound up getting the stuffed pufferfish when he died. It was in the inflated state, and it hurt like hell to hold it. Yeah. What else did he have? Weird African masks and these kind of tourist trap spears that he probably didn't know was whatever. They were definitely not actual spears from anybody. But we thought so. Looking back on it now, we were stupid. Kids are so stupid. Sorry, Zane, if you're listening. You're not a stupid kid. You're one of the smart kids. I actually do like you. Zane and I have gamed together. And if I've gamed with you, we're usually pretty cool. Except for randos, you know, if you get into a pug, a random group of people you're playing any game with, those people aren't cool. They're 9 times out of 10. 7 times out of 10. This is really not a real number, but they're kind of jerks. They're kind of really jerks. It's so weird. All right, let's see. Kind of want to draw this this club hiding in here. Oop. Stabilization. I want it to be super evident that this is different than, you know, the rest of the stuff that's kind of growing and sticking out around things. These are clubs. The actual suit. Thought I had another one somewhere. I'll find it. This is one of those. I should probably look up these ghost lilies or orchids, or whatever the heck they are. I tattooed a few of them on my wife at one point in the past, so you'd think I'd remember what they look like. I'm going to draw this whole thing, and I'm going to go look and see if I remembered proper. It's funny the crap you forget. You know, I had times I drew Michael Jordan doing that one pose that he did when he won the dunk contest. Yeah, I drew that so many times. I doubt I could draw that today, that same pose. Oh, it was so obnoxious. I had posters of it, and yeah, I worship Michael Jordan. Not really, but he was so good. I wasn't a Bulls fan, but I was a fan of Michael Jordan. I think everybody was. Even if you hated him for destroying your team. Ghost, where is it? Is it Ghost Lily or Ghost Orchid? Hey, it helps if you actually type into the search bar. Ghost Lily. I really hate the English language. Why do we have an H for ghost? Oh, I was close. I was close enough to where I feel pretty good about myself. All right, I'm going to change something though. So they kind of have a swoopier thing here. So hungry, you guys. There are some weird things. That can't be real, right? Wait, what? You guys. And Obi's gonna totally want this. I know. Holy crap, why can't I get this image? Check this out. It's sort of disgusting. But if this is real, insect catching succulent plant, enchantress carnivorous desk, pot bonsai seed slurperion flower garden. This has to be fake. With all those names, that's not a thing. Obi, come here. If this is real, that has to be fake, right?
Whoa, what the heck?
That has to be right. Fake, right?
Oh yeah, that's completely fake. Look at that. It's a mouth.
I'm saying, but
Look
it looks
at
like...
that gross, fleshy mouth.
I know, right? But why is it sold by Best Seeds? You know, I want to believe.
But it looks like it has a single tooth.
I know.
And you can't find it anywhere else?
I don't know. I just started looking.
Well, look it up. See if you can find it anywhere but that.
I can't get this. Why is it sticking onto my other screen?
That looks super fake. Especially with the one tooth.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't. What am I supposed to?
Slurperon flowers.
Slurperon. That can't be real. I refuse to believe.
No way.
Oh my
and
God.
And you know what they do? They name it so many different confusing things that you can't look it up to see if it's real.
I believe it's a conspiracy. That's really how we're. Oh.
Wow, that looks cool.
Uncool because it looks like death as a flower.
It's like the wither roses.
Yikes! Yeah, from Minecraft.
Yeah.
Somehow I keep putting this on the other screen and then I can't grab it. Oh my god. So Control W closes the window. There we go. Yeah. Thank you for checking that out because I needed desperately to share that with someone.
It looks like it actually has a mouth and the one tooth. That's so good.
Yeah. Agreed. But it was just like, what? As you're looking for a ghost lily. I didn't even find the ghost lily. What was I? Oh yeah, I did. That's messed up. Okay, this is gonna be the inside. Yeah. Hey, Ed. Ed, you're a pretty great guy. I figured you'd be connecting from Twitch because a while back I followed your channel, and I haven't seen anything come from it, blossom from it, with your painting talent. At least I think you're gonna paint. You should totally stream. Everybody should stream. If you're interested in it, somebody else will be too. I'm drawing, this is a whole deck of playing cards, and I think I remember doing playing cards, or at least a logo involving playing cards for something you did once. It was a project of yours, or I don't know. It was cool. Aces and Eights, I think it was called, or something suitably card-like. Oh man, I really think I got the pen size correct on this one. I was really struggling on the last couple. Oh, big neck crack. I don't know if you can hear that on the microphone. Pretty gross. I cannot tolerate chiropractors. I tried, and there was a while there that I had to go to one because I got T-boned. I guess I didn't have to, but I found success in it. And it's not like I don't think that they're real. I just am terrified. So they're like, relax. What do you mean, relax? I'm going to crack your neck. The hell you say? That sounds awful. So then they just, they try and get you to relax. They distract you, and all of a sudden, crack! And you're paralyzed from the waist down. No, it's never that. It's never that. But I hate it. I freak out. It's not, it's not natural. Have somebody else wrench your neck around. Seen too many spy movies where they walk up behind somebody and chiropractically adjust them into the afterlife. And I keep thinking that's going to be me. That's it, I can't feel my legs. Thanks, Doc. This is this looking like driftwood? Gonna have to grab some driftwood reference. Driftwood. Oh yeah, there's some really complex stuff. Alright, yeah, I feel okay. I'm on track. I think I'm on track. There's gonna be a lot of littler lines. When I did the clubs, I kind of did that. I kind of made it look like he was wearing armor rather than being the tree. Be the leaf. Be the leaf. New episodes of Korra incoming. New episodes of Umbrella Academy incoming. The heck, man. This here quarantine is pretty good for animated. Well, Umbrella Academy isn't animated. Kind of wish it was, even though it's really good. Kind of wish it was. You can accomplish certain things with animation that you can't accomplish with live action. And I've not always been of that opinion. I thought, for years when Sony did Spider-Man early on, I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. I never want to see anything else. All I had was before that was animated stuff, and it definitely wasn't mainstream. And then, over the years, I don't know if it got dumber. Like the DC and Marvel movies, they're pretty good, but that Spider-Man film, the newest one, proved the point. Proved the point that doing something animated is superior to doing something live action, because the crap that they achieved at one point, Peter Parker is being dragged by a subway bus from an errant web from the little guy, the main character. That's awesome. That's that you couldn't do that, not even with special effects. You'd be incredulous. Like, seriously, come on, that doesn't look real. Even though you're watching something about superheroes, you would still say, come on, that's stupid. That's absurd. No, animated, you just suspend all disbelief and enjoy the thing. That's why I like the Justice League animated series better than the Justice League movie. Although there are some of them that are really choice. I think that, Wonder Woman movie, that's badass. Okay, if I'm kind of hinting at forms with all of this. Like, this is not really a wing. I don't know if you noticed that. It's not really a wing. You're not an idiot, But I'm going to hint at it. It's just crusty, weird driftwood overlapping, and I'm going to make some flowers kind of like laying on it. Like I could do. This one's not a ghost lily. I just want something that's kind of like randomly poking off the side of it, kind of disrupting that area a little bit leaves. Yeah, I love the idea of, it's not really wing, but it kind of looks like a wing. You're not stupid. I'm not fooling anybody. And here I am sitting here just assuming it actually looks like a wing. Some of you might be going, oh, I see what I'm doing. I just really want like big old acorns. I gotta figure out what texture the cap of an acorn has, but I suspect it's one of these. Oh, and I was going to put mushrooms on there somewhere. Dang it. Okay. Maybe on the lower one? Dang it. I really like that idea. And now I'm like, okay, where though? Where though? Why though? If I can make the driftwood lines follow the contour of her body more, then it's a little bit more believable. Spoilers. She's not a real person. Spoilers. That does not look like freaking acorn. What am I doing drawing an acorn without reference? You're terrible. Stop. Acorn. Like the actual acorn, not Acorn TV. Oh. This is why we look things up. I wasn't too far off. This part is a lot smaller though. Yoink. Kind of like a bowl cut. Kind of like a really bad bowl cut from a North Korean barber shop. Okay. Should I make a big oak leaf coming off here? I think I should, as he just continues to draw what he had already started. Yeah, kind of has that kind of an end. Oak leaf. I think whenever I draw leaves in general, I always just draw like the that kind. So drawing something a little bit more specific is kind of neat. Or very much specific. He says as he begins to draw another one. He's going to make it folding over so you can see a little bit of the underside. Really despise drawing things in twos. I kind of... Oh my gosh, what reeks. Good thing you guys can only hear and see what's going on here because something is awful. I believe it's Obi. He's not listening to me. Let's draw another one of these. Let me finish this wrist before I try. If you're an artist, look at a thing before you draw it. Good grief. I just proved my point. I did not know how to draw an acorn. Thought I did. Did not know. And then my hand just goes crazy. Yeah. This is like the points of light necklace that I have on the king. Remember when people used to ask what LOL meant? Those were the good old days, right? What does LOL mean? And it was like this big thing, like, I'm so cool because I know. And now people are like, why do people substitute the first letter of the word with a B emoji? Like, just the straight up emoji of the B. Why is that funny? Why is that cool? Why is that a thing? What does yeet mean? I'm to the place now where I use the word yeet. Not even ironically. I just think it's awesome. Just yeet something across the room. Started out very ironically used. Yep. Characteristic pinky doing stuff it shouldn't be doing. It's just the way I draw them. That's the hand, in case you didn't know. Okay, let's draw. Why was I going to draw something under here? What was I doing? I was doing a thing. Needs to be a lot more little lines eventually. But it can be therapeutic. Cathartic. Cathartic and therapeutic, the same thing. What? Love it. See if I can get that notification to show up. Hey, that, I know who you are. It's only been eons since I've talked to you. How you doing, man? Lots of gaming with this guy. We were talking the other day about how you like saved my life. Not really saved my life, but you and your wonderful wife saved us in a very rough time where I needed to go to work. We had a baby. It's kind of like what we're doing now with the world, where people need to figure out where to put a kiddo. Well, at any rate, you guys saved our entire work scenario because we can actually work and drop off Obi. Yeah, pretty incredible. Boy, life was complex then. Not that it isn't now, but I was freaked out. What the heck? I think this is going to be darkened in there. All this. I need to remember that, though. I'm going to start the tone layer right now before I forget. And get the marker and get a 50% gray, I think. And just, this is all going to be shaded in like it's the inside of a driftwood thing. Maybe, yeah. I think that'd be cool. Yeah, okay. Back to... Hey, helps if you're on the right layer. No, I am on the right layer. Just don't have the right tone. If it's loud, it's because it's actually nice today and we opened our windows. Don't close it. Oh, I thought you were closing the window. Just petting the bunch, cat. This one could be one of my favorites. It's going to be hard to kind of unseat the King of Hearts as one of my favorites. And for being my favorite, I still haven't yet finished him. Finish him. Fatality. Kind of want knobby knuckles here. I mean, try to make it look like she's made out of driftwood. Seems appropriate. I changed the way I draw hands, and I don't hate it, but sometimes I wonder if it was a good call. I mean, I think it's more structural. I think it's more believable. A little bit more stylized and stylish. I'm not going to driftwood up this bow. I'm going to kind of make it look decently smooth. Because I want it to stand out a little bit. Big fan of contrast. I was talking to somebody about that the other day, and I said I'm a big fan of chaos. They're like, no, I actually meant contrast, but also chaos. Still gonna put like, yeah. My watch says it's time to stand up. Oh, back cracks. Just put my belly into the camera. My beard, my gray beard. Thanks, Brian Darrell, for pointing that out. I stood up, okay? That was it.
What is this place?
I want to really put a lot of interest and darken up these lines around her face, because it's not actually a face, and so yeah, I don't want it to get. I mean, we look for a face in everything. I've said this a million times. We look for a face in everything, but you know, this one's going to be a little bit more difficult because it's not really. So, you know, you put a little bit more detail, you put a little bit more contrast, a little bit more line weight, and then people are drawn to it more. And that's how you can emphasize. Why do I have Egyptian bow up? Gonna have to go through and draw like little blossoms and, you know, leaves sticking out all over.
What is this place?
What is this place? Okay, I have worked a lot on this half, but I haven't touched the other half. So let's back out a second and see what she looks like.
What is this place?
I think that's neat. I think I can switch it up, rotate it, work on the other side. I am gonna zoom in a little bit for these hands because I really confused myself trying to do these hands. Oh. I just wanted a specific pose, and I'm not entirely sure I succeeded. I gotta think for a second. Oh, I forgot to actually check and see if the music was working today. A few weeks back, I mean, I've had to check every time because a few weeks back I realized some very important things about my stream. First of all, my camera was out of focus all the time, even though it looked in focus. It was just poor quality. Like when I'd stream 1080p, it wouldn't. Foods are needed. I believe it. I also need foods. Don't see me going anywhere. The watch even told me to get up. It's all about control, man. The heck was I just talking about? I don't even know what I was talking about. This is why we don't have nice things. So yeah, gotta nail these hands. I guess one of the biggest takeaways that I have lately, artistically, it's very interesting. Some of the things that dawn on me or that I learn are things like a hand. Jeanette, hey, thank you. A hand has space between the fingers. Yeah, I don't know why. Years and years and years. Life drawing classes, all kinds of stuff. For some reason, I hadn't done it. So yeah, now I do it. Thank you, Jeanette. Jeanette's awesome. All right, So I guess I don't mind if my lines are shaky. What's going on, Bob? Some days it's worse than others. But seeing as it's a playing card, and we'll be looking at it about yay big, 3.5 by 2.5. Maybe that big. Yeah, no, yeah, I don't know. For the most part, I think it'll be readable. I was researching today the premium playing card printer. Wow, that's really a kind of alliteration that I can't deal with. It broke my brain momentarily. But yeah, they're sending me, hopefully soon, I don't know why soon, but they're sending me the premium quality card pack, premium quality card pack, different finishes and stuff, so I can see, because some of these I'm not going to want to have be kind of the the normal waxy crap. I want them to be more satin, high end, just because I think they make fun gifts to people. Let's see now. I've made these cards interacting top to bottom. The bottoms are different than the tops, and this one, she's holding a bow, but the bow turns into something, some kind of vine that's kind of binding her wrists, and I don't know what the story is there, and I'm just gonna let it be, because there was a time where I would draw something out of my mind and I didn't know why, and I would just leave it, and I felt compelled over the past few years to write every story, to explain every line, and it just doesn't need to be done. So I'll let it be what it is. There are some really old pieces that I have. In fact, I think Maddie has them hanging in her room on the walls, where I would take just a tiny, tiny pen, and I would draw massive sheets of paper I would draw on. And a lot of them just deeply symbolic. For some reason, I was just into symbolism. I had a dream journal. I mean, I was one of those guys. I was one of those really crazy artists. And of course, I've stopped that. Why, of course? I don't know. I've stopped that over the years, but I had just so much symbolism, and people are constantly trying to guess it. And definitely a ton of it was symbolism that I understood and knew and put in there intentionally. But there was some stuff that I just arrived at, and people would interrogate me on it, and I would have to, well, I wouldn't have to. I would just kind of shrug. Oh, come on, you gotta tell me what it means. No, I don't, because I don't actually know myself. And some things people were so adamant, they would be so excited. I don't do this anymore because I feel like it's not genuine, but they would say, oh, I see this or that in there, and this means this, and you did this because of that. And I would just kind of let them do it. Nowadays, I feel the need to, I don't know why. Talk me out of it. Why would I not do that? But I don't do it. Oh, this is in there. I see this. It's not where I'm going for it, but I'm really glad you see it. I mean, that's the way I handle it. I'm really glad you see that, but I don't see that myself. This is inspired by a ghost lily, but not actually a ghost lily. I looked one up just so I could see how far off I was, and I was. Whatever. Because they don't really do that twisting thing around the bottom of those, what are they, petals, maybe? Let's do... there's a filigree look that I do on like a lot of my armor when I do it. I used to engrave it into guns or horn or whatever for these kind of frontiersmen or people who are super into guns or whatever. It was a lot of fun, but it has so influenced my life. Like it's one of these things. You ever see those on designs where I forget what kind of leaf they are. It has affected like even the way I draw these branches. These are highly stylized. I'm not going for realism with them because I want this to feel a little bit more fantasy. It's got a weird factor. It's got a weird factor that the Spades suit doesn't have. Don't touch your face, kids. We got a pandemic. Okay. Yeah, kind of a combination of driftwood and vine. Remember, I'm not going to confuse the form of this bow by adding a lot of detail to it. I'm going to let it be, real pristine as far as no lines on the inside of it. Do that. It's too thick of a line. Stop being that way. Stop being that way. Okay. Okay. That was the day he lost his ability to draw a fluid line. There we go. A lot better. Sometimes, it definitely didn't need to be. It's not like you looked at it and be like, wow, he drew the nose on that face in the wrong place. It's a swooping line of a tree. It could be a million different things. It could be a trillion different ways to be drawn, but it wasn't in line with what I thought it would look like. So that's why I forced it a little bit. I used to shoot a bow thinking I was going to hunt with it, and I just never did. And one of the reasons I never did, and maybe somebody in the chat would mock me, is I didn't like the fact that every other season you had to wear camouflage or get shot. Not camouflage, I'm an idiot. You had to wear blaze orange or get shot. Well, they don't really enforce that in bow hunting season. So I can be nearly invisible, but I'm going to have to constantly make distinctively non-deer-like noises as I'm moving through the brush. So I think next week, my friend Dursey is going to be on the stream. And if you're listening, if you're lurking, Dursey, we're doing this next week. If we don't plan it, we won't do it. And I'm going to be doing art for his cover of his LP. Or is it just a single? I don't know. I listened to the song. It's great. It's got a definite mood to it. So I'm gonna interpret it the way I see it. And if he doesn't use it, he doesn't use it. It doesn't. Yeah, it won't. No skin off my nose. I just think it would be cool to try and turn a song into art, which I've done. I've done it, but I've never had like decent creative freedom with it. It's always been more of an illustration than an interpretive art. Not that. Okay, I don't want to get in trouble. One of the most artistic people I ever saw drawings from was Norman Rockwell. So Norman Rockwell cranked out, I don't know if you've seen his stuff, he cranked out hundreds and hundreds of paintings, fully realized, fully realistic and gorgeous paintings for a magazine called the Saturday Evening Post. And ever since a kid, I saw them and I would just marvel at how realistically this kid would, look like he was, getting in trouble and messy, or this family was putting down the dinner for Thanksgiving, and everything just seemed so believable and amazing. And I didn't know, of course I didn't know at the time, that there was always a problem with people considering him an artist, because all of these were illustrations for a magazine. So of course I feel like that's absurd now. His art is amazing. His technique was just about flawless as far as the kind of rounded, well-colored art of the day. He defined it. But people still, when I was in art school, people still wonder, is he an artist? Or is he just an illustrator? Well, I think art goes into illustration. The primary difference is just straight up art for art's sake is an expression of that creator that is unique and no one can take away. No one can influence other than collaboration or nurture. Whereas an illustration is art that has a purpose and is guided intentionally by people, oftentimes that don't know what they're doing. But you nonetheless have a client. And a client changes the way you think about a thing. A client demands certain things. Oh no, I don't want the shirt red. I want the shirt black, and I want this person to be doing a different thing than this person. Please put them on a school bus or whatever. And so that's how I distinguish between the two. But really, the question starts much earlier, and that's the question nobody wants to have if they're not like truly an art geek, is what is art? And I think art is anything created to garner a response. And I suppose you can include yourself on that. Like, I'm the person that, needs to enjoy this or needs to digest this, and it's the response that I have to my own creation that makes it art. But if you don't share it, I believe art is meaningless if you don't share it. You just keep it to yourself, and people aren't impacted by it. You haven't got any message out. There's no lasting legacy. So if you're a writer, you write and you publish. Even if you don't think it's good, you never know. Somebody might, here's the other club. I was going to do this. Even if it's going to be completely in shadow in there. Yeah, you never know if somebody might say, you know what, you have a bad self-image. Your art is gorgeous, and then they can talk you through or whatever. There's plenty of times where I have no confidence in my own stuff, and I think that I ought to, because people pay me for it, so I ought to have some confidence. But I look at a thing like, so and so is much better. Not only is their art different, it's better. Makes me want to stop. But it hasn't stopped me over decades, so I know it's not gonna. I just know it makes me want to stop. If I'd have stopped, if I'd have looked at something truly, been crippled by it years ago, like, I'll never be able to be that good, that'd have been sad. I think that's what, creatives oftentimes have to push through, and that's what makes them someday great, because inspiration can only take you so far. it's fighting past the tough days where you don't feel like doing a thing, or whatever you feel like is going to be, you know, something you shouldn't share with anybody because it's offensive. It came out of your mind. I mean, there's definitely drawings that I've done that, you know, I've been so like angry or whatever, and not that they're offensive, but they're not for public consumption. So that would be the therapy end of it, the creative, I'm doing it for myself end of it. Okay, this is the, yeah. Oh, I'm so hungry, guys. I'm so hungry. Not gonna lie, no idea what I'm gonna eat for lunch. Maybe me and Maddie and Obi will go get something. Maddie's such a bad influence. I'm kidding. My art, I often think, has weird and chunky forms that I wish were more fluid and, you know, like, I don't mind some of the structure that I have. Some people, I look at their structure and I'm so jealous. There's one in particular I will share. I will share one that hurts my brain. Oops. I totally spelled that wrong, but Google is amazing. Okay, make sure there's nothing like bad to put on the screen. You'd be like, huh. Look at this. Look at this. Gosh. So when I look at the structure that this person is able to achieve, well, that one's too small. You need to get after it. See, like this. There is a. Come on, load. Look at this old lady with the fish on a stick, but there's, I don't know, something in her backpack. This is Creature Box. There's just, I look at these forms and I'm upset that I can never quite achieve this. Oh, but it, you know, if it, oh, look at this. This one's like, should be a desktop background. Jeez. This is their gallery. I kind of like look and go, I want to see this. Okay, this, you know how I love robots and you know how I love Transformers, because they are robots. This is amazing. Just makes me want to scream. So, yeah, you get jealous. You get sort of jealous as an artist. And you know, think they're probably so happy with where they're at, and they may not be. They may look at, you know, my art and say, oh, I wish I could do that. And in my, yeah, I sincerely don't believe they would, but you know what I mean. Okay, this, I definitely screwed up. This is supposed to be the horn that comes out of right here. I want it consistent with the other side. Different, but, you know, consistent. Yeah, I feel like I need to be a great writer as well as, you know, an artist. But I can't claim to even, like, I didn't spend the time doing that. I read a lot, and as such means that I'm a little bit more equipped to sound like I know what I'm doing, but I don't. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel entitled to, because it's another creative discipline that doesn't require me to dance, I feel like I should be better at it. So, you know, I bought the master class from Neil Gaiman about writing, and I did the exercises, and I don't know. They probably made me better. Am I ever going to master it? I don't think I have the time. I don't think that I'm ever going to have the time. If I want to master the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and as far as, you know, visual arts go. Why? Wow. Guys, this is something from Senator Gardner. Hello? I don't believe it.
Taking place in just a few moments. Please stay on the line and you will be automatically connected.
No.
If you have any questions about this event, please call my office at 202-224-5941.
I don't even live in Colorado.
Connect you to your...
Alright, this is Senator Cory Gardner. He might be a great guy. But you robodialed me, so you're an ass. People did not get my erasure joke. Wait, what? You made an erasure joke? What did you make the erasure joke on? Did I miss it? Fell on deaf ears because people are stupid. Was it like a dad style erasure joke? Come on. I'm talking with my gaming group on Discord. Uh-huh. Tell them to all come and subscribe to my channel. I'm kidding. Tell them to come and all subscribe to my channel. No, I'm not kidding. I want to hear this erasure joke, and God, I hope I get it. Someone suggested they make erasure from time. Like as in erasure. Or erased from time. No? Erasure from time. Erasure, the band, I think is amazing. And I think that's what we're talking about. But I suspect I have a punchline coming. So I said, wait for it. I tried to discover. Oh, stop. I tried to discover. Yeah, I got you. A little something to make it sweeter. It's very difficult to sing that song when I'm listening to whatever the hell I'm listening to now. But, well done. I got it. And they probably just like blank stares, crickets, chirping, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it fell on deaf ears. I'm sorry to hear that. You have dumb friends. You should come over to my Discord and hang out. And be like, wow, these people are amazing. No, it's funny. I've been on Grumpy Beholder. Is that the one? I have an artist friend that says every once in a while when he's drawing, I'm going to have to go see a man about some porcelain. And I'm going to have to go see a man about some porcelain in a minute. I tried to discover a little yeah, that song is going to be stuck in my head now. And that's fine. You know, it could be much worse. Gosh, what was it the other day? It was stuck in my head. Something truly awful. Something so awful that the Imperial March almost didn't get it out of my head. That's how bad it was. If you hum the Imperial March out loud or even just in your head, it has the power to expunge bad songs. It's so good. And in all caps, mind you. Because Doom speaks in all caps. I think that he was called out as speaking in all caps by Straczynski? No, I can't remember. I just loved his Fantastic Four storyline. It was the best. It was the very best ever as far as Fantastic Four. It's also one of three, only 3 lines I've ever read, so I don't know. There might be some that are way better. Sincerely doubt it because I really liked that one for how original it was. Very original. Yeah, you probably remember it. I think you shared it with me. Them is fighting words. What? What's the... Wait, what? What's fighting words? What's the best one? What's the best... Or maybe it's not Straczynski. Who... I keep screwing this up. I think I keep attributing things to Straczynski that are not Straczynski. The one where Reed Richards has to learn magic, sorcery, in order to defeat Doom. Yeah. And it was awesome. All he does is just study until he can summon Doctor Strange, because that's all he needed. I need to get that. Oh, is that what the all caps thing was? Straczynski. It was. Okay, that is the best one. Okay. Boy, am I glad we've arrived at this similar conclusion. It was Mark Waid. And Waringo? Wait. Straczynski was the all caps. Mark Waid was the awesome storyline. Okay. I should just get that. There are some books that I should get. Killing Joke. That one Green Arrow novel graphic novel by Jay and Silent Bob guy. Can't think of his name. I think I lost it at some point when you lent it to me, and then I just bought it for you to replace it. That one's good. Trying to think of another one that I really should get. Invisibles. Because Grant Morrison's notes. That's a graphic novel or series of graphic novels that I read as I was abducted by aliens on the way to Kathmandu. Inside joke amongst comic writers. Kevin Smith, thank you, Kevin Smith. Good job. I knew you'd have it for me. I was abducted by aliens on my way to Kathmandu. Yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, like, so good. Let's make petals falling. Atmosphere, right? Anytime you want to get real anime and create some imagery, you're going to want to make some petals falling. You know it to be true. Search your feelings. You know it to be true. I'm amazed at how old this lighting makes me look. Dear God. It's not that I'm actually old. It's definitely because I'm actually old. Okay. So, when doing... Oh, yeah, gotta do the wing. Gotta do the wing. It's like this whole thing needs to move over, but I'll wait to do the wing before I do that because composition. A little something to make me smile. Oh, baby, refrain. I mean, what would it take to get me to do karaoke? I don't drink enough. I just don't. I don't dance. I don't karaoke. If I did, I'd probably break a hip. Not the karaoke one, the dancing. How do you break a hip from karaoke? It's like some aggressively bad karaoke. My friend, when are we gaming again? Did I miss it? Did I screw up? Entirely possible. Super stressed right now in my life. Got a game tonight. D&D. Gonna be good. It's going to happen. I think Maddie's going to play. It's been a while. She's our cleric, so it's nice when she plays. Besides the fact it's nice when she's around. It's just... You shouldn't go into a dungeon without a cleric. Period. Yes. Nice. Yeah. I want this all to be shaded in, so I'm just gonna create this shape and handle it in tone. We're gonna fix it in post. Why is that cat trying to walk on my computer? Go away. Okay. Obi, excise the cat from my works environment, please. I don't think excise was used in the proper way there.
Hey, buddy. This is not the place for you.
Thank you. Yoink the cat from my current scenario, thank you. And put him on the cat house. Good boy. Him, not you. But thank you. Seriously, what am I going to get for lunch? It's Friday. This should be my day off. It's not going to be my day off. I have a weird schedule. I know. Like, if it was up to me, I would just turn the camera on and stream all day, and it would be great. However, it is not up to me, not at this point in my life. If I stream enough, I will someday. It's a matter of hours. I've seen some pretty strange streamers get lots and lots of views. So it's not a matter of talent. I mean, it helps, but there is a big thing on.
Yeah, lunch is on my desk.
Good. There is a surefire way to get more viewers, and that's to do the sexy anime girl thing. And then, that just comes along with some weird simpy dudes who are gonna hang out and watch you draw that. And I'm just not that. I can't, having like more viewers does not mean that much. It does not mean enough to me to have me just compromise my style. The stuff I like to draw, nah. But yeah, you'll definitely get the viewers. That's what you tell a new streamer. Hey, if you like anime, this is all you gotta draw. Sexy girls. And then boom. Give it a month. It also depends on the time slot. Doesn't hurt to be attractive yourself. That's one that I got on lockdown. So we're all clear. Let's see. Bring this one all the way down. We'll do that. I've never drawn a driftwood wing before today. I'm noticing that I draw driftwood a little bit too much like I draw fire anymore. Fire I draw with these weird angular lines right now. It's just a thing in my life. If I was doing a painting or whatever, I definitely wouldn't do it that way. It just wouldn't be right, so it's pretty much just when I draw. I handle things differently when I draw. Because I know what gets left behind, the lines, it's so different. It's funny, I saw, there was years ago, I read a lot of Robert Jordan, Wheel of Time stuff. And I would compete with this guy online. We were a friendly competition. to see who would draw better. You know, we'd pick a chapter and draw something representative from it, or this battle in the sky, or whatever. And it was good. We would have people vote. Now, this is back when you had to actually code that stuff. You know, I had to learn and build it proper, and I did it. And people came and they voted, and, you know, one guy won, one guy lost, doesn't matter. You know, this guy the next time, between me and him, his name is Hamilton Klein, and he must live in Europe, because I saw him streaming a few times now, and I've kind of like just tuned in as he's drawing. He does it all on iPad, I believe, but he's so focused he doesn't respond. He's got music on pretty loud. It's just cool. I hope that I can connect with him again sometime, because we had a great time doing that. Oh gosh, it's so bizarre. What a weird time in my life. Kids were babies. Yeah, I don't know. He's good. He's real good. Like, he's good at portraiture. I watched him draw all the characters from the first season of Critical Role. I think it was the first season. I don't know, because I don't follow it. I don't watch it enough. And they were really awesome. His tiefling was great, and it just, they had such good realistic faces, even though he did it all in pen and ink. Hamilton Klein. Let's kill this background line. Okay, this eye is bugging me. What do I do? What do I do? I could, let me just blow this away real quick. Could try and do something a little bit more like it's got a crack in it. And then just obscure the other eye. If I opened it up a little bit more, it would look less evil. Yeah. Use of this. Alright, I don't hate that. And it's a little bit more in keeping with the other side. Consistency is decent. Time to do toning? Time to do tone? Tone? Okay, let me, like I said, let me see a man about some porcelain. Fill up the water, come back and do art. Because, yeah, I love my job. All right, I'm back. Hooray! No, that's fine, Obi. It doesn't matter. As I look at this, I feel like I don't have my little weird glove on. I feel like I need like a vine or a tendril around that one arm, or coming off that one arm. It's just very, or maybe not, because it's very kind of martial. And I was gonna make her holding an arrow as well, in that one hand. Yep, I almost forgot. It's the only thing that's not like wood or leaves or flower on this whole thing. I am going to draw a straight line on a different layer so that I can follow it. I don't want to like just leave a straight line. Oops. You know, like use it and leave it, like actually, let's see, actually I want it to go through here. Huh. Could do a couple arrows, like she has a handful of them. Kind of like the idea of that. What I'll do is maybe I'll draw one and then I'll change the facing or whatever. Yeah. So let's turn this down, turn this. Copying layers, y'all, like a boss. And yeah, I think that'd be cool to have more than one. More than one arrow. And of course I can do different arrowheads and stuff. I don't have to keep it all uniform. I'm just going to do some basic shorthand lines there. These don't have to be, these have to be very small, so small. You get some overlapping, which is good. Just good for interest's sake, for the sake of interest. Probably gonna have to erase or color over like white out. I'll probably choose to erase. I'll have to make that decision relatively quickly though. Love to get to the place where doing some toning today. Why is my wife sending me things? robot. Makes me want to do like a Optimus Prime one, like that guy did. That was so awesome. Creature Box, not just that guy. I actually don't know if Creature Box is, you know, a guy or a girl. I was thinking about making these arrows clearly out of bone, but then I don't know how I would do that. Like, how do you clearly depict that rather than just making it a bone? And if you just made it a bone, it's not aerodynamic. It'll never fly. So I kind of hung up that idea and just like make it look like long, thin versions of herself. This is the one right here. I'm gonna draw this whole thing maybe. And then kind of erase out of it. And then that can go behind there, the fletching part, arrows, the feathers on an arrow called fletching. Some of you are like, duh. Okay, I like. Except I don't like that part. Doesn't look like it's following straight through. Alright, okay. One more. There we go. Now we can make these lines not suck. When these songs put those little dings or sounds, I keep thinking it's my actual like something like a notification. My phone is telling me something. My watch has a ding like the one that just happened. Couple lines here. I know I was going to leave it pristine, but let's do a couple lines. Do some lines. Not really. Okay. I think it's time for toning. Yeah, I think it's time to tone this thing. So, locking that layer so I don't accidentally draw over. The lower one is going to have to be all colored in, I think. But let's start with some of the insides. See if I can keep from confusing myself. Nothing's as confusing as that King of Diamonds. That was the worst. Okay, that's pure black. I'm an idiot. I do want it to be dark, but not pure black. This will kind of force, hopefully, this will kind of force us to look up. Oops. Only the darkest parts right now. I normally don't start with the very darkest things, but oh, you know what? I was going to make these clubs the darkest things. Like, I hate getting in that close to my lines. Look like crap. Yep. Yep. Oops. This way, they kind of stand out. Because they're hidden, but they're not. This one, the whole thing may not stay this dark, but right now, cool. What else needs to be super dark? Oh, I know. In fact, I'm going to do this number and then fix all the crap. Hello, darkness. Yeah. I kind of wanted, like, something to hang down here. We'll see. We'll leave this for now. These arrows need to be pretty dark, but not dark like the clubs and stuff. Like volcanic glass arrows. Switch to a little bit brighter gray, and that's what this whole side will be. I don't want to use this tool. It's boring, but it's so good. Okay, so this is definitely a darker color than I thought it was, but for a tone, it's not a color. Trying to do the math. I want to not eat for 16 hours at a time. It's one of those things. And if I ate at 10 o'clock last night, which I did, I know, and I want to fast for 16 hours, how much am I going to hate my life by the end of the day? The answer is purple. Whoop. I wish, I could darken one whole half of this card. I thought about it. Nobody else does that, though. Like, none of the other suits do that. The reason I want to darken the other half of the card is because I want fireflies. Casting a shadow. But not a super dark shadow. I think I need to get back to this tool. Lark can work today. Thanks, Tara. I appreciate that. Hope you get some work done with the lurkin'. I do appreciate the lurk. I was inanely babbling to myself a minute ago, and then I just totally froze because I couldn't figure out what I was going to do with a certain area of my confusing little dryad, angel, queen of clubs. Still my favorite tool. This freaking marker. They just call it a marker. It behaves like an illustration marker, which back in the day was my favorite thing to do. Draw with. Oh my gosh, I would try and get through the beginning part of a sketch much faster if I knew I was going to be using my Prismacolors after that. And it was all Prismacolors. I inherited those. So I didn't have the money to buy them. I didn't even know what the hell they were until I was given all of them. Some food. Pen. Give me my pen back. Not the marker right now. Alas, I must wait. Because this may be too dark. Hold on. The marker can handle it. I don't even know if you can hear my stomach growling, but I feel like it sounds really loud. There we go. Yeah, if I make the background dark to make all the little fireflies, it's actually going to complicate, like the way I've shaded this already, where I've gone pretty dark right off the bat. I keep working upside down, which, you know, relatively difficult. Also, I'm going to have to like outline everything that's white, or at least lighter. So yeah, it'll be a pain. Oh, looks like I screwed something up pen-wise. Give my pencil back. Lighter pencil. Get black. I never finished like the way this was supposed to go and touch down here. So of course you're gonna be confused. I don't know why I'm doing this. Oh man. Oh, it's my alarm. Hello. Should signify the end of the stream. But I'd like to get some more headway on the tones a little bit. So I'm gonna wait. Get my flat marker back. Oh, it's called a flat marker. Whoops, not black. Don't do that. I'm an idiot. I thought it was just called a marker. Still, that is why I locked this later, because I almost just started scribbling. Okay. I should make some of my hotkeys decrease the size and increase the size of my brushes. I should make a note of that, but will I? Hell no. Which is why I'm no good at life. So this side will be much less. Remember, not too much shading on this bow. I really want it to stand out. Yeah, this really behaves like one of those Copic markers. You know, if you draw over a spot again, it kind of tends to darken it up a little bit. Really takes you getting used to, just like the markers. You gotta be okay with a certain amount of imperfection. Tone the whole thing slightly. necklace. I'm shaking the whole desk with how I'm doing this. I really need a new desk. This desk has served me well for a long time. Some erasing here because I'm just really sloppy at the outer edge. Sometimes, man. Move too fast. Yeah. Oh, good, a yapping dog. Gonna need the dog whisperer to come here. Thanks. Teach this dog how to not be annoying. And it's tough to not be judgmental, like, you know, you see those kids in a supermarket who are, oh yes, screaming their fool heads off. And you're like making judgments about the parents and how they can't get their kid under control. And then you have your own kid. And you become that parent in the supermarket with the child who is screaming, and you're going, gosh, I hope nobody's judging me as much as I judged those people when I didn't have kids. Because it's hard. When the kid gets all weird and shitty and you gotta still shop. Yeah. Okay. Take a look at what we got. Okay. She looks decidedly more evil than I thought she would. I wasn't really going for that, but okay. I need to try a thing. If I... Oh my god, shut your dog up, please. Thanks. That's great. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah. If I draw a box the size of a canvas. Oh crap, I made it blue, but whatever. And I do this with both this one and the other clubs. I think this might be cool. Hold on. Yeah, I think that this is going to look cool if I, you know, I don't know if I'm going to make it pure black. But I wanted something to give me some darkness so I could do like lightning bugs or something. I'm going to have to do something fancy in order to get it to be black because I screwed up. I'm going to do it all black. Oops. I'm going to do it all black. And then clip it down over the top of it. Fancy, fancy words. In other words, I'm just going to make it black. Duh. Okay. If I turn that off for the time being, I can actually see where to work. Okay. I like the idea of this. And doggone it if I don't keep getting messages. Oh, that's my buddy, though. Okay. Let's do pure white layer, or mostly, no, not pure white, mostly white, like this layer underneath of this one, so that we can start working on the darkness underneath. Yeah, see, this will be light enough, I think. And some of it I've colored in only partially, and so this shows up like chiaroscuro drawing, which I haven't done in eons, but just digging with my stupid headphones too much. Okay. I thought the music turned off, and really it just went super quiet. And contemplating making this bow like completely white, just because I know I keep talking about it being light and undisturbed, but what if it's white? Very different than light. Do that. Song makes me want to watch Matrix again. Every once in a while I bust that movie out. It's amazing. I remember seeing it in the theater and losing my mind. I think I wasn't the only one. I thought it was so good. Now if I do this over this blue right here, this looks pretty light. Really, it's a gray. I'll be able to merge these layers at some point. Kind of on a roll. I don't want to end so quickly, even though I'm technically over the time I typically say I stream for. So if I do this kind of square, this kind of rectangle also on, see I don't think I'm going to want it to be black, on the King of Clubs in the very background. So I can do them all like that and do like fireflies and stuff. That'll be cool. Ooh, I hate the canvas. feels that right away. Pencil. Come on. You can unlock. Not black. Now it's black. So you just make it kind of jut out from it. Hate tangencies like that. Make me crazy. There's always a way. Oh, feel like this one's a lost line, but I can kind of bring it out over it. See, I didn't really plan on having this box, and so I didn't notice any lost lines or tangencies like this lost line. But since it's just like a fictitious driftwood wing, it doesn't matter. Then the design doesn't suck. Okay, not that it would suck, but like this lost line here, I'm not going to do anything about it. Frustrating, but whatever. It's in the head part of it, so I can't really monkey around too much. This one. So much detail, don't want to lose it. This is gross, okay. I can do all of this here. This will really reinforce this big open spot I have in her chest. I think that might be cool. And we'll determine whether or not we hate it. I'm willing to walk away from it. I'm willing to walk away. Gross lines, gross colors, come on. Yeah, I'm just going loose with these freaking lines. I should probably zoom in a little bit more because I'm going to save myself a lot of erasing if I do. Oh my gosh. This whole wing. Okay. Said anything because I've been super quiet. Focusing on trying to get all of this. This is the super boring part. It's just like coloring almost. Except the worst kind of coloring where you gotta stay within the lines. It's no joke, I legit, when I color, don't stay within the lines. I don't. It's just, you can still have awesome looking, it's really kind of haughty for me to say, but I think it looks, I can make it look really awesome. Actually, you know, better than if I would have stayed within the lines. This. Why is that? I keep finding places that shouldn't be shaded. It's those negative spaces that start making it make more sense when you look at it when it's this complex. Oops, that's not the right tool, that's why. Yeah, I don't want to make it pure black in the back. It'll look really harsh. Need to go through and clean up all of the crap. I should probably like consolidate the two shading layers before I do that though. He says as he just keeps working on it. Because there's plenty of spots that are from either of the sketch layers. Okay. Yeah. So now if I do it, I can handle either layer. Of course now I can't work with impunity anymore. Dang it. Why do I screw myself every time? Every time. Oh, there's even more. What? Oh. What is that gray line from? Jeez, I have to figure that out. Okay. Gotta be careful. I shouldn't have consolidated those layers. It's not the first time I've said that. I wanted this bow light. That'll help push some interest there. Yeah. Definitely not what I should be doing right now. I should be working on this. Wish I wouldn't have done that, because now it's kind of like really hard to color in some of these bits. Lesson learned again. You pay for your education one way or the other. Okay. Now the face. Horns, which sucks because ugh, I'm gonna go underneath. I don't want to grab out all that nice shading I've already done. Yikes. It really just darkens it up, huh? Shit. I don't want to do that. Screw it. Good enough, good enough, good enough. Let's just do, well, no, not good enough. Dang it. Every time I think I'm in a place where I think I can settle. This looks like a shrimp. Oops. I don't care. It'll be good. Highlight to my heart's content. Face is already so light, which is, I guess, appropriate. Let's jump in here real tight and do lily. It'll kind of look white. Okay. It's not white, but it still looks very light. Now, if we go for the white, go back to the marker. You know what I didn't do? Shit. These arrows. Jeez. I'd forget my butt if it wasn't attached. Oh. Nice and bright. This needs to be bright. darker. The bow is made of his own flesh. That's metal. Thank you. And it's a girl. But yeah. It's, thank you. Yeah, I'm working on, this is the Queen of Clubs. God help us. It's not as complex as the King of Diamonds, but yeah. I was talking about you earlier. Now we have to do the thing. We have to do the thing with your single. Let's see how I interpret the single. The heavy single. And how it's going to be amazing. People are going to say, wait, what? They did what? That's amazing. Okay, why is this? I'm also having issues with freaking layers today. Talking smack? Hell no, it's a snack. I'm feeling like a snack. May delete later. When you feeling like a snack, but ain't nobody hungry. But yeah, this is one of my more favorite designs. I'm gonna putting it off because I want to save the more fun stuff to, not more fun, but more really inspiring stuff till the end. Not that this is the end at all, but it's gonna be the end of the face cards soon. Oops. I rocked some netherrack pretty hard last night, just saying. Building a ridiculous structure that can be seen from space on the Minecraft server. Just saying. Just saying. No biggie. Gonna need a lot more netherrack, that's all there is to it. I'll be paying handsomely. So nerdy. Clean up a lot of these spots. Mechanical pencil. And fixed. Time to switch to some darker colors. So I can't go right for the white. I've been on a serious Skyrim kick. I don't understand the replayability. I just didn't think that game was that replayable, but evidently it is. Confession, never played it. Never. I don't have anything against it. I just loved Morrowind, the Elder Scrolls, and well, I guess that's what I have against it. It won't be that. I played the one before it, Oblivion or whatever it is, and it's just So that's how ignorant I am. I'm looking for mistakes to fix real quick. I'm sure I'll find more. Let's do another pass of darks, maybe. Sample that one. There's still time because I guess Elder Scrolls 6 won't be fourth quarter of 2024. Jeez. You joking, or is that really that seems like a crazy time period away. Like, how do they even know? I don't know. They're projecting out that far. People are way more, like, organized than I am. Like, far more organized. Like, ridiculously more organized. Like, night and day more organized. It was a leak. That was the weirdest leak ever. Tell you what, guys. What do we know about it? Late 2024. Okay. Oh, right. Which Fallout? Probably not 76, because that was a heap of steaming garbage. But yeah, what did they do? They just, surprise, here's the thing. Or like, just put it at a different game to tide you over. Did though. Fallout 4, they dropped a trailer gameplay and they said, hey, it's out in 3 months. Do they really? Maybe that's not what I'm thinking of. But yeah, maybe they'll do that. Maybe surprise! We're awesome. You're welcome. Fallout 76 was just such a heap of garbage. Still is. I'm amazed anybody plays it. Probably, feel bad because they dropped $60 on it, didn't get the cool gear, and then got a steaming pile of garbage to play. Unless they've fixed everything. Which I sincerely doubt. That's too dark. I don't know if I should have done that. Trash game, and they tried charging per month. Oh wait, no, seriously? I did not realize they did that. That's stupid. For that? Let's have you do a prescription for somebody to just stomp on your fingers every month. What do you think you'd do if I said you have to pay a subscription for me to stomp on your fingers? Well, let's not stomp on my fingers to begin with, and then I'll save the money. Cool. They really have a problem. They really have a problem. It's the guy in charge. Can't think of his name. He's an idiot. Yes. Okay. I don't think so. What? Okay, just leave it be, okay? Now is probably not the time to bring that kind of shit up. But thank you. God, I can't think of what the guy's name is. Not Trey, not... He's seriously a boob. Worse than the No Man's Sky thing. No Man's Sky, at least the guy made it right. I have that game. It's amazing. But I can't bring myself to play it too much because I have a bad start. I have a really bad start. Like the most difficult area, like you're a star pilot and you're just discovering planets, and the ones that you discover, literally you're discovering them in the real world in real time, and other players can see them. I discovered one that might as well just be hell without the fire. It's just all radioactive. It's awful. So yeah, I'm gonna probably ditch that, but I put so much time into it. That's the thing. I should ditch it though. Because it's so hard to play. Like every time I try and forage out to get some piece of gear so I can make my base better, I just get attacked by wildlife that, seriously? And then I watch other people's playthroughs and they're like, look at this wonderful place. You got No Man's for Xbox? One, I played it like a year and a half ago. But they improved it though. One of the big things that they improved about it that I'm really excited about, but I haven't done anything about it because it takes up so much room in my computer, is they made mechs. They have mechs that you can build and walk around in, which it sounds like a really cool improvement to a guy who really likes mechs. Like really likes mechs. A little bit, yeah, a little bit unhealthy with how much I like mechs. So yeah, I need to go on and see that, but it takes up a lot of room on my computer, so I just don't install it. Vicious Cycle. I just installed Guild Wars 2. That's a big game. I haven't played that in a while. And I almost always regret it. I love playing that game, but I'm trying to get one particular thing. I'm trying to farm one particular thing. And it is such an onerous grind that I feel like I'm playing Destiny. Oh, unfair. Gloves are off now. You insulted Destiny. How dare you? Of the poetic nature of the lonely astronaut. I know, right? Want more games that have that essence. And then you find somebody and you're like, hey, this is amazing. You know, it's so much cooler. Whereas like, you know, in World of Warcraft, you could be walking for 20 seconds, not see another person and go, what the hell's wrong? Is the whole server crashing? I do like WoW though, don't get me wrong. The subscription thing bugs. I mean, they're an old enough game to where I'm kind of surprised they're still doing subscriptions. But they do turn out full-fledged content, not just half-baked stuff. So, kind of worth it. Especially if you love the universe. Which, I'm not one of those. Kind of reads. Hey, thank you. I sure appreciate that. So, I will probably run some white into this thing and then go take. I don't ever use white, but since I'm using this marker, I can feather it into it. I just really want this bow to stand out. Yeah, I need to eat some food. Gonna have to pick up Garrett. Get some work done, Lord knows. Adding all this like little contrast into the face should really drive some interest to it. At least that's what I'm hoping. Bounce. Today's recording day. Good. Go do your thing. Can't wait to hear it. Thanks, man. White. White's working. White's working. PF2 game. What? Into a PF2. What's a PF2? Do I know this? You have to help me. And if you're trying to say TF2, Pathfinder 2. Oh. Yeah, who's going to run that? I just thinking about it gives me chills. If somebody bought me the book, I'd run it. But that's just it. Is those books are big and sort of crazy expensive. And for good reason. They're beautiful. Yeah. Okay. Darcy's going to do it. I mean, yeah, I would have to read through it. So it's not like you get it and then like 2 days later I'm running it. So yeah. I'd commit to that. I'm gonna have to bolt, so I'm gonna shut this stuff down, and you will sew buttons on your underwear. Love you guys. I'm gonna shut this thing down. Currently, you get the core book for $30 with all the PDFs. Come on, really? This is gonna fit. Okay, on the Humble Bundle. But I want the book. No, I want the actual book. I mean, you know what I mean? And is Pathfinder 2 like, have you heard any good things about it? I honestly haven't heard anything. But, I mean, I'm willing to believe. Oh, it is a physical book. I mean, you said PDFs. I totally lost track of what you're saying. Currently, you get the core book, for $30 with all the PDFs on Humble Bundle. I mean, then that's freaking sweet, you know? Freaking, yeah. Because I think that the last book they put out, that big one, was way more expensive than that. I want to say it was like $60 back in the day. It's beautiful, totally worth it, totally. But yeah, I'll run. You know, maybe Corey will run. Maybe it'll be, yeah. I mean, obviously it's going to have to be like a not play by post, but play over the interwebs thing. But yeah, I'd be down. That would be hilarious. Have I ever run a game for you? Trying to think. I swear I have. I don't know. I did? What did I run? Maybe it was a one shot. I swear, I feel like you were always running. That might have been true. Man, I feel like... World of Darkness. Yeah, I love World of Darkness. That's... Oops, I just flattened every layer. Don't do that, kids. Yikes. Man, that was, yeah. Star Wars, maybe. God, now I'm trying to think. It would have had to have been something that I had the actual books for, because I like to actually have them and read them. Like when I'm just chilling. But, okay, what if this isn't pure black? We try it. Give me this thing. Yoink. Yeah, I think it's better like this, where you can actually still see stuff. But yeah, cool, man. I love you. I love everyone who shows up, hangs out with me. It is loads of fun. I've definitely